All right, didn't get a chance to make this video yesterday, but the Texans end up beating the Titans 16-13 and on a last second field goal. And look, first thing I want to say, this game ended up being a lot closer than I thought it would be. Now I know Davis Mills was the one starting for the Texans, CJ Stroud wasn't out there, but the Texans still had a lot of their other pieces. Texans have one of the top defenses in the league right now. I believe it's the number one ranked defense. And the Titans only gave up 3 sacks to them. Now, I want to say this because I talked about J.C. Latham in my halftime video. The false starts by Latham are a problem, especially at home. You are on your home field and you are still false starting. That is a problem. Now, that being said, do have to give Latham his flowers a little bit. He went against Will Anderson 17 times in yesterday's game and gave up 0 pressures to Will Anderson. So, overall, aside from the penalties, I do not feel like J.C. Latham played that bad. Now, Cam Ward, he ended up completing around 65% of his passes, had 194 yards and 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, but did have another lost fumble in that game. Again, in the pocket, something that Cam needs to work on, holding on to the ball and not fumbling it away. But overall, I felt like Cam did not play bad yesterday. Yes, he had a couple mistakes early in the game, almost got picked off by Derek Stingley, but ended up being incomplete. And Cam ended up in the clutch, leading the Titans on a scoring drive to tie the game up. And on that drive, we've been asking Cam to run more, want to see him run more, make plays with his legs. And he led the team yesterday with 33 rush yards, 20 of those coming on that final drive when he took off for a scramble up the middle. Like I said, got the Titans to, I think, the Houston 45 at the time, but a 20-yard scramble. So he made plays with his legs, and a huge pass to Chig down into the red zone to set up the Van Jefferson touchdown. Look, it was a competitive game. Would have loved to have seen more from the offense, especially with how the defense was playing, but is what it is. Ended up losing Chim DK in the game, got injured. Calvin Ridley went out early, but it was competitive for the most part. Let me know y'all's thoughts. Tighten up.